Hi, and welcome back to Conversations on Natural Birth. This is the second short video about birthing naturally and birthing beautifully. I am Mia White, and I'm the author of the book Beautifully Born, Empowering Women for Natural Birth. And just having these short conversations with you as a mother to be, to empower you to know that you are made to birth naturally and beautifully, and how to do that, how to accomplish that. So, in this video, we're talking about the relationship between pain and fear and the destructive cycle that pain and fear can have together, and many times do have together. My experience was that when I was getting ready to go into labor, I went into labor with my first child. I did not know at all what to expect. So I was very gullible and very overconfident. I was thinking, oh, this is going to be no problem. But what we need to understand is that birth is a very intense experience. It does not have to be negative or traumatic in any kind of way, but it's intense. And it takes us sometimes by surprise if we are not empowered to know how to deal with the sensations that come to us as our body gets into gear to birth a baby. So my first time around, I was so confident, but as the pain, as I experienced this very intense pain kept increasing, so did my fear. I felt like I was losing control over what was going on with my body. I felt very, very powerless. And in that situation, I completely just entrusted myself to the care of the professionals who weren't very gentle or helpful in my process. And so the fear increased. And I just remember in the end, I just wanted to rather die than finish this process of birthing this baby. I was so exhausted and afraid. Does not have to be like that. But my experience was then the second time around when I was birthing my second and my third babies, before I was empowered about natural birth, is that I had this dread already from getting pregnant of what was to come. And I didn't know how to counteract the fear and pain cycle, because as we know, our bodies we are intricately connected, the different parts of who we are. So our emotional state will greatly affect our physical sensations. So if in our minds we are dreading something and our fear increases, the pain together with that is going to increase because it affects our whole body. We get afraid, we tense up, we think that this experience is something that we have to fight or to flee from. In cases of real sickness, real danger, that is a good response, the fight or flight response. But during birth, it's the absolute wrong thing to go with. And so in this conversation, I just want to talk about a different way of seeing birth. So pain in birth, or what we experience as pain, or what we call pain, is not an enemy at all. It's actually a friend. And if we can encounter the intensity of the experience as a friend that is actually helping for our baby to arrive into this world, it's nothing that we need to fight against. It's rather something that we need to embrace, to allow to happen. So contractions increase during labor. In the beginning, they can feel very manageable, but as they increase, the intensity increases, the experience increases, the baby gets ready to descend and to come out into this world. And if we become afraid, and if we don't know how to work with our bodies in this process, we are fighting against our own birth. And then birthing will many times become very drawn out, long process, or very, very painful and traumatic. But we can actually work together with our bodies to birth in a way that allows our baby to descend quicker, to and for us to experience the whole ordeal as something that is not frightening. And so in this series, we will discuss this, how to actually prepare our minds, prepare our spirits, prepare our bodies to get in gear to work against the fear and pain cycle. And one of the keys for me in learning how to embrace a contraction as something positive and not something to fight or work against or tense up when it happens, is to think about it as what it actually is. A contraction is our powerful muscles contracting and pulling, like using their full beautiful force to part our pelvic bones and to open up the pathway for our baby. So a contraction is our own created power that we have been given to do what needs to be done for a baby to be born. So I started to think about my contractions as powerful force, powerful muscles, and that I needed to work together with them, not fight against them, for my baby to be born. And in this next video that is coming after, please continue to watch, because we will talk about how we can prepare our minds and our bodies, like I said, so that we don't work against our bodies, but with our bodies, to birth beautifully and without fear and without trauma. And yeah, keep watching. Thank you for your ear and your attention. And remember, as a woman, you are made to birth, and you have all the possibility that you need to birth beautifully and without trauma. See you later.